probably going to be a reroute over towards A, maybe around the long side, or maybe they're already in bathrooms for all you know. And it is starting to cheat over some of the rotations, but not meaningfully enough. And I believe those footsteps are going to be heard around the monster region. Yeah, you hear Mino flying back down with that smoke. And honestly, at this point, I don't even know if Nine are going to care much to actually contend for the site. More so, maybe just try to keep them out or play the retake. Kyler, let him try to find some 1v1s, get a couple of kills on the exit. But in all sense of reality, you're probably just going to aim to go in for this 5-on-4 retake, trying to push them down. In short, though, it's an interesting set of kills that they don't seem to have an answer back for just yet. K doesn't have one either, and it's just an honest-to-God 2-on-4. Nothing really to go for anymore. They don't have that water control. They don't have that leg room to go in for the retake. So Hades, he's one of the stars you look to shine in a situation like this and dig you out of a hole, but he'll be doing nothing, getting shut down with a couple of whips to add to his plate. It's all up to Mino, the man with no armor and a whole hell of a lot to try and work against. He's got that smoke, so I don't know, maybe you take down Toao around the pillar, you've got Zan low, you maybe cause chaos, but they won't allow him close enough to even...
Hades, AWP. 80s? No. We're looking for the 90s, maybe, and Elisa later on. Wow, great shot there from Hades. 99 damage, and then the final flames will finish him off. Kyler's nicks that frag. There'll still be a starting kill here for Nine to work off of. Kylar inside of Con, unexpected on the angle morals. That's not exactly the way you want to take that fight if you anticipate him to be up close like that. Two-man deficit here for the Illuminar start.
I'm not gonna lie, it was an uppercut when you mentioned the 90s, but it seems like Kyler's ready to put an uppercut back with 3 kills all to his own devices. Betrayed back. It's not really worth much besides damage control, I suppose, at this rate. Masked and Beanox, they're not even grouped up with one another. It doesn't look like they're going to go ahead and do that either. Maybe just trying to find reasons back into this round. Isolate picks. K is giving one over to you, or at least an opportunity. One that won't be taken. The M4 gets the better of Beanox, so it is just Masked. Or around the world, I don't see too much reason to say that he's going to win this one. He's got a flash, though, so I don't know, maybe you go into A, win one of your duels, isolate the 1v1s, and keep them out. I really don't know, man. 35 seconds, though. There's not even the timer working for you.
Basically an impossible round, but with the information given up, maybe there is a chance. Many are not exactly covering for a slimline peak like this, and Hades is a sitting duck. Oh, finds the headshot angle there on Minio and will collect on the headshot. Hades realizes just how dire a circumstance this is, but time's an element, and so Mask has to commit to the plan. Even pushed in from behind, Hades missing some shots, but does not flub his lines. A plant is nice, but only 1 kill. That's about as much as you could have asked for from Masked. A breaker of the whole tricks of the trade. And maybe Illuminar will have to dive deep in their bag of tricks to come back into this. Nine having a little resurgence here on the CT side, and Hades changing his angles. Oh, dead. So good way to start here for Nine. That was the one weakness in the default here for Illuminar. Only 1 player set up for the mid controller, even just containing, and Illuminar grouping B.
Yeah, but Goofy's heard the flashbangs be pulled, so now he just gets to farm them down as soon as they come outside of the smoke. Beanox still blinded up by a flash of the CT's own, maybe even preparing for another. I'm not really sure what's going on, but I am sure that Illuminar are put in a very, very dire hole. But Morose is starting to pull him back out of it. The kill on Mino in Con opens up a very big avenue across the map right now. They put a lot of the reinforcements on the lower bomb site for the current standings. K falls, Hades trades. And this is not all that poor yet. They still know Goofy's here. He was the one who initially found the pick. So the question becomes, do you pull Kyler down? Do you have somebody come into a system, or do you go 1 for 1 on the split? Well, gonna flash him back in a short to see if he can't figure out what's going on himself. And now, with the lacking of presence being shown from Illuminar, it looks like they're making the gambly call to go up to A.
Yeah, this is a great call from Illuminar to simply freeze and let Nine stew in the idea of a rotation around the other side of the map. They could have been resetting and gone towards the A bomb site, and that's what they firmly believe. But they'll clear it together, all while the Illuminar side clear out B and see that there's no one home.
Honestly, don't know if that smoke's even an earshot, considering they're pushed up to bathrooms too, so they're really not going to catch wind of this until the bomb actually goes down. But 2-on-2, of course, you're going to make the good old attempt to go for it. Mask, though, if he goes around through Monster and holds from that short pipe, this round is done. However, there is utility to come back through. A couple of flashes, smokes, mollies, nades, really the whole 9 yards. And it's planted in a default angle, too. So you don't have to worry about that potential graffiti lurk, and Kyler's just giving you a very big kill to work off. Masked, nothing to find back to. If there was any shot of him winning that clutch, it would have been finding that first
It is reciprocated.
Now is that exec that I was worried about. Again, they don't have enough counter utility to crunch in, and this is all a fake, apparently. It's just to see what 9 want to do to move people around. All an absolute ruse, at least for now. It seems like maybe they're going to go in for a re-execution. Yeah, this is just the amount of flashbangs they've got, as raw as can be. There's nothing to stop them from coming out. Mino sat in pits, the last line of defense, and eventually this is going to get cleared whether you like it or not. Plan to come through, or maybe it won't, and he actually denies it right before it goes down. 13 seconds. And if somebody can maybe split the bill, find this kill in the nick of time, then all of a sudden opportunity emerges. But Kyler can barely not finish the food. It's all up to Hades. Not her jumping back in on the off with so many different positions to worry about while he's found the first. Anonymity now gone as they both regroup around the second killer, peeking back in. The flick isn't landed, and Illuminar will find...
Time has been an issue in a lot of these T-side rounds for Illuminar, but one of the rare instances where it has worked out. Now it's all about consistency, but... Talk about consistency, this man has been on it. Hades kills all over the shop. Now over at B, he'll find his opener, and Kyler still stands strong inside of the connector. He's always good for his one as well.
And that makes it so much more difficult if you're Illuminar to find some consistent success around the board. When you don't know where Hades is going to be, when Kyler isn't even being static in his positioning, when Con, the players, and the amount of players that are there vary. I mean... Where's the weak spot? Even long has been a point of controversy for Illuminar in this game, where sometimes you've got Hades pushing up, sometimes you've just got somebody sat in long mat, sometimes it's open. Illuminar, in situations like this, you never want to have to take a risk as big as that.
Well, Kai does clear Con once again. Kyler didn't stick around, low HP and only on 12. Now they can regroup at B. On Illuminar, 40 seconds to chew through, and Hades is still pinned on the angle.
Push down, though. Flashbang doesn't necessarily blind him up, but he won't hit the shot either. We just praised him for his consistency. Well, that's one that won't be going in the record books. Off the resume, he gets a mulligan so long as his team around him...
Last time was very successful. 9 will try and take a page out of their book.
This time a little more utility thrown into the mix, and a little more team play to throw into. A man in short, rather in water, isn't going to be providing very much assistance for Illuminar, and now it's the site taken. Almost free of charge with the bomb having gone down. K, though, he may not be ready for Beanox to have been peeked off graffiti, so exchanging glances at least will provide him that element of opportunity, though Kyler's been boosted and having morales. This is not an angle you're ever going to anticipate, but okay. Footsteps heard. He's just going to go ahead and push him down. Why wait? Why overplay your hand when you can just get the free kill now, even cause a distraction? Beanox, you are stuck between a rock and a hard place, and 9 back in, find this kill if he even sees it. Is he spotted the shoulder? I'm not too sure. Don't think so with the way he's clearing it out. Flicking back and right, very chaotically, but he won't be finding the kill. And now all of a sudden we fall to 3-on-3 with rotations being required. Illuminar, do they make the next move? Well, they may, but Tuao right now is just jump spotting A with a molly.
That's a key kill there from Kai, and it just allows 9 to have so much more control over this map, not having Con presence, and real chance there for Hades to satiate his thirst. Not going to be quenched quite so easily. 40 seconds, and 9 are still slowly approaching. Kai has yet to make his move out of Con. And the thing is, the weaker bomb site right now is the B site, but no one on 9 will realize it just yet. They're still doing a lot of jump spotting as well on Illuminar.
They have just spotted the bomb, so they can pretty much confirm that it's A. I'm not too sure as to why Zan is still sticking on lower. There's just not enough time to go back and recount this. So now if they win somehow because of this man deficit, then you'd be concerned about how it actually came out. But Hades, no less, right? They've used little to no reinforcement, and they've gotten all this for free. Kyler, wanting to retake the space, gears up to walk out of water. This could have been a free pick for him back on a Beanox, but throwing the flash gives away the idea, and well, he doesn't yet peek out. Beanox will eventually find this kill, so you know somebody's in water, though thankfully for his team's sake, he gets that Molotov up before things get too crazy. Moving in, somebody's going to have to deal with this lurker in short. There isn't really an avenue to get the bomb down just yet. Molly spread to his toes. And again, it's a thankful way for 9 to convert, but Morales is still trying to throw his hat in the ring for a 1-on-3. It's planted right under his nose, but he doesn't spam. He wants to play the long con. It'll work out for 1 as Mino still sits in the middle of the bomb site, not even covered by the box. He could potentially fall here. Morales doesn't stick around long enough to find out, still finds another, and it is all up to Mino. Smoke may fade, and his cover will be blown. Morales finds them all, and the biggest clutch of the game will potentially put Illuminar one away from finding a tie.
Further and further out of reach.
It's not even like it feels like Illuminar are doing anything all that special, right? They're just playing a default game, finding picks around the map, and 9 can't really catch back up, but now they try to change up the pace a little bit. Now they try to catch him with their pants down, and look at how well it works. K2 on the entry with Toao having the only trade fielded back for the CTs just yet, and they're still trying to push him down in graffiti. They don't want to let them have any inch back into this round, but in doing so, they may overstep the margin. Again, the trade is back, and we're on even footing. Bomb is down, no utility left for the T's. They walk into the valley of the crossfire. It seems like finally Illuminar will be stunted in their tracks, all up to Mast, and he's giving it up 9. No jump spot, nobody holding it truck. You hear the rotation coming through, and it looks like you've made the right call. 2 of them now tuck into the corners, potentially, or rather, even essentially a post plant with smokes and mollies to keep them out of the site's re-entrance. They still don't know about a man in long bath. Eventually, Morales will be subsided by himself. It's, of course, Hades to deliver an opening pick. 5 on 4, and they flash up through the smoke, blinding themselves up in the process. But Phoenox, his vision clears first, and he puts us back to 4 on 4. They're all funneling in from Dumpster besides the one lone man in Zan, even blinded up still by the counter utility back to the Bathrooms players. And all they gotta do is find 1 kill on Kyler. Even that may be too much to ask for.
Oh,
But now you leave it to Hades, and there's the smoke atop of this bomb. He's getting pushed down. Beanox in the heat of the chaos has got the trade, and thankfully for Illuminar,
Illuminar's money is not ideal. All these the delay tactics that they've facilitated over at B have run dry.
This is wonky. Toawa's got the only molly on the round left, and they're gonna have to use up a smoke on extinguishing it. You can't wait it out. You don't have the time. You haven't given yourself that liberty, and a couple of these players are just desperately low. This one is pretty much done. 8 seconds. You don't even have to necessarily find the kills, or maybe you do. 4 seconds to go. Hades is just barely gonna tap it down in time. How have you won it like this? In the blink of an eye, 4 kills come through, and it's all Beanox. So many low targets, but just not enough time. Hades. All up to him as he goes around in through bathrooms. Indeed, an ace clutch to stay alive on Overpass, and Hades doesn't back away, but the head's now been spotted. 100% this has been calmed over to him. Now spotting a shoulder. He peeks back up, though, and Hades won't let it fall. Beanox almost pulls a miracle.
Advantage here for 9. Now moving into their map pick, their best map in the pool. Illuminar have a tall task ahead of them.
Gonna be difficult, man. I'm telling you that much. For certain. And Illuminar, at least they've got the right setup going for them. 3 players towards A, a little bit of counter utility, that being in the sense of 1 flash unmasked. But the dualies are really what you look at right now. And they're going to get their chance to get into the fray. 2 spotted over at side hub with the commitments not yet made. There's the flash back, and it looks like it's far better for 9. In fact, that was Masked's own flash.
Yeah.
It actually ruined his teammates' chances. So Bomb almost certain to go down at this rate. Goofy just trying to cause a commotion at the top of the site box is good for 1 behind the smoke, but anything beyond that seems out of reach. Z's instantly gets traded. And now obviously you're going to attempt the retake, but you're really just trying to buy time for Toao coming through from this flank. But won't matter how far the flank is activated if your teammates fall around it, Zan. This one's out of the question. Maybe you find a couple of kills on your exit, but the round is certainly not yours.
Get this one, there's still going to be a buy in the tank. Going to show us an actual successful defense, and maybe an instigated kill could be the way in, but Kai round that smoke. Morales didn't even shoot back, so don't think he would have anticipated that play between a Molotov and a smoke. So hard to see.
And look at everything that's happening around the map right now. Utility being baited out, damage being dealt to wow. That's incredible to see. He's the one making that play as low a margin that he fell to via the HEs. And now all of a sudden the advantage swings back. Won't matter the expenditures you actually go through using if you just hold on to the advantage. 3 on 4 again now required out of 9, but this time it's not just against pistols. That messy take won't work. It's against rifles. And there's still a smoke or 2 to try and really keep you posted out of this one. Quicker with the pace, though. It's not going to be on 20 seconds. They do have these extra few seconds to set themselves up for success. Molly and sandbags, and that's now an avenue they don't really have to worry about. Beanox, though, again is around the heaven side, and it doesn't seem like they're too weary on clearing him out. Goofy's going to fall to it, too, in the 2 on 4. Minier's the one pushing him down with the bomb. He's going to get taken down if he oversteps his boundaries. Mast just delivered the kill onto Hades. Bomb plant now allowed, but you've got to pull off a 1v3 with only 1 smoke to your name, pushing through it. Toao wants to take matters into his own hands. And with the low HP that he had to work with, it's insane that he's finding 2 Illuminar. They're so happy to have him after a round like that.
Yeah, Tawao ran through that smoke, fully anticipating that he'd go down, but the trade would be lined up via Zan. Not try this angle too much. No Molotov here for 9, so it would be the perfect time for Mass to strike from it. Morels didn't know that they'd approach from the low ground and the high simultaneously, and so that setup breaks down. Beanox, last man standing, but so dependable on this A play. Not going to find more than just the one. Can't tuck himself away, so a 4-on-2. These Illuminar players that remain will be forced to save. Not a lot of money built up in the bank for them themselves. This is a swing round that 9 are taking with open arms. A very substantial... And honestly doing a great job of dotting all the I's when it comes down to it. Trying to assemble the boost as well, but I think it broke down, and so they ended up cancelling out and still going 1-for-1 over at B. Wow, not sticking around to find out, not going to mess around. Kai dealt with as well. Very aggressive through ramp in some of his lurking plays, but Illuminar are pretty privy to it.
This is a really good round from Illuminar. The looks are very great for them. Yeah, they lost the opening pick, but the trade comes back from Tawao, and they find the kill at ramp from Morels. And this is where things get dicey, because you feel like you have to come into B. There is no out route. No extra way to come back into the round, so you kind of just feel it pressured to hit the accelerator and go into the site. The flashbangs aren't going to come through in time, though. And the kills only continue to get leveled up against you. Tawao gives away the headshot angle, and I thought for certain that was going to be a kill back. But low HP won't matter if the kills get finalized, even double swinging in the end. Illuminar, that's going to be a...
But let's see if this end is a good finish here for them or Illuminar. Ooh. Fast play, Kai able to get one, but a trade right back there from Hades. Morels picked out through the smoke, and Mask won't hang around to find out. Last man that was dedicated towards A, but Zan has made his rotate over. This isn't a full commitment here from 9, though. They are still separated. They were still anticipating someone to get a little over-aggressive over on the B side, considering what we've seen from Zan in the past, but Mask still able to equalize the affair. Hades falling right into the ult line.
I'm going to say I really like that Illuminar again try to get aggressive here. I mean, it's been so timid from them, it feels, on the CT side. Just playing the basic site holds, and usually they're winning it because of good anchor plays and not necessarily taking all that much space. Usually not really doing themselves any favors in the utility department in that fact either, so... I like this time that they 3-man take ramp, they get aggressive, they get in the faces of 9, and they take these fights, but... doesn't really work out for them, at least in the early exchanges. The trades are far more beneficial as Tawao once again will get his opportunity over at B. And has this guy been impactful for you? Flashing up, Kyler, he's somehow able to find that pick. It looked like he was there for so long, but Tawao was not ready to react, and both of the rotations have now been pulled. I think this may be heard by Kyler. I'm pretty sure you can hear the scope and Guardian from here, so they're going to reroute on that bomb. Going back to A alongside it, you've got still Mino, who's taken all this space for you, and Kyler isn't giving anything back. Sitting by behind the danger wall, Zan will confirm the kill back, but the A site's already been lost, and you don't really know how forward these last players are, but Mask, he clears every corner on the way there. Tap comes through the smoke, and Mask is going to close Illuminar. They salvage a dead half.
Double dualies here for them on the CT setup in a 4A stack.
Well, the Sunshine and Rainbows of that really good pullback will go away with the wind if you can't convert on this pistol. 2 dualies swing over into the ramp side and somehow come away the victors of the interaction. All 3 remaining Ts continue to sprint and bombard their way into the A site, but they're met by equilibrium in numbers. And it looks like just maybe this dam is going to burst wide open. Around like this. So much risk, especially at this current time. And alongside it, Kyler's got them posted out of B for now, at least. Tawao starting to split the bill in for mid. Kyler's so many places to have to worry about with only Famas getting rushed down, but still is able to find kills in the face of diversity. But there's guns to be picked back up in for the T side and a potential bomb plant to be fielded out of this one. Still kills required in through mid, but right now, the CTs are going everywhere. From CT spawn, on the flank, maybe trying to come back up mid, 2 long range on the MP9. Kai, I would not have favored him at any day on that angle, but somehow pulls it out, and now it's Morels in the 1v3, not planted for him, so he is going to have to go and take some of these gunfights. Nade forces K to come forward, and he's at least got another one. Hades getting ready to push him down. Now you've got to walk into the crosshair of a Tech 9. Morels, he puts another one on.
Off from the angle, so he actually takes a little cinch to the toes.
Look at K, again. Above this smoke, trying to play the one way. I thought he was going to get this kill on a Tawao, but Tawao actually doubles back in. Malik pulled out, and yeah, there's no way you're going to expect a re-aggression like that. Not in a million years. But in response, B is left open. 9. They made a big risk and a judgment call, one that may not work out the way they would have anticipated or hoped, but Beanox still gets himself in a straightforward enough position to get around the generator. The bomb's gone down, and they're going to try to play this 2-on-4 with a kill now being delivered back. Watch where you put that nade, Sonny boy. If it goes bouncing back at you, you will not be happy with it. But Mask, look at him. He's going up in CT spawn. He's easily going to punish this reload. It's all up to him, though. And you know where he is inside of the smoke to try to find this man. K wants to put in the final kill. He won't have trouble doing it. Close, but no cigar. 9 hang on to the lead and will not drop it yet.
Yeah, fantastic work from K, just to be in their face so many times in that round, not only with his initial presence over at round 9 in terms of actually falling victim to it. Can't allow this lead to let slip once again, only 4 distance, and Mast actually converts on a headshot, just spamming through that smoke, and Kai catches it.
Throwing this one way again. Hades, he used it up last time, so you're going to expect him to be around the sandbags here. Yeah, Mino. Alamas at least on the A side of things, and they haven't yet cleared the smoke. He looks for 2. The trade is there, though. Man, Mino, you got some balls on you, buddy, but it's not going to work for the round. As soon as they find that pick, you know, you just killed 3 at A. For God's sakes, you've got the site. Just plant.
A little sussy.
They're only gaining the 1 at that because of it. And any player you lose here is detrimental to your future success, so at least good for 9's sake that they find the kill as early as they do, but it's not the end of days just yet. Maybe this one will be, though, as K won't get spammed through the smoke, as you said. It's not a consistent issue, and now he deals with the killing blowback. Shows him exactly what he's made of. And now it's just 2-on-5. Zen and Beanox maybe hoping to get a bomb plant out of this one.
We were talking before about how the AWP on Vertigo could be very hard to actually find its impact. It's one of the few times we see Hades go for an opener. Nice kill back here from Beanox, but they're so restricted. That's the bomb dropped and controlled here from Kai. And now Beanox in a basically unwinnable position. Almost pulled back a significant man at disadvantage on the overpass showing, only to be denied by Hades. And the problem for him now is that Kai is right underneath him, and he is none the wiser.
Oh yeah, you're never expecting this, but I also don't think he's going to overstep his boundary to a point where either of them are really going to see each other.
Are they
just what? Oh.
Okay.
Okay. That's a way to start.
First it was there, and then it wasn't. Oh my god, they're really just hoping that this silent approach will work, but there's 4 here for 9.
This is exactly what they wanted. Walk into A, come test our hold. It's not going to work well, and in the blink of an eye, the game ends anticlimactic, I'll say, on the exchange, but